This presentation is being brought to you by the Tipton Auto Group, Brownsville's oldest continually operating automobile dealership. We have a very interesting guest here today in my podcast series. He's been around since God was a child, right? Yeah, and he's such a dear fellow. His name's Ray Hughston, if you can imagine that. So he's still Ray Hughston. You know, he told me that a long time ago. So, Mr. Hughston, what do you think about this creation we've had here?
This creation?
Yeah, all of this cameras, lights in action and everything. It is something, you're going to Hollywood, you know that.
With whom?
Oh, you're interested in the date. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I
Right.
find it interesting. I've been before this sort of thing before, but a long time ago. Nobody wants me anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a mug shot, though. That was a lot different.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Here, let me ask you a couple of questions here. And let's see, you were contemporary with my father and that whole gang of people there. Who else do you remember in that particular gaggle of people there?
Well, not too many because I'm 98 and be 99 in September,
Mm-hmm.
and most of them are long gone.
Mm-hmm. Pleasant memories, though, right?
Yeah, when I think of them, somebody mentions their name, but I go back because your father and a couple of others I learned to like a lot were 1 to 2 years older than I.
He was born in 24, exactly.
I was born 27,
See?
so 3 years.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but he was a real pleasure to have in the Lions Club with us, and we were certainly saddened when we lost him.
Yes, indeed. He loved that Lions Club, West Brownsville Lions Club.
No,
downtown.
downtown.
Downtown, yeah.
Yeah, I've been a member of that club about 75 years.
My goodness. Did they have lions back in those days?
Yes, they had Lions. Lions were
Yeah.
begun in about 1917
Oh, goodness.
by a guy born in New Mexico and a businessman in Chicago. Put it together, and it's the largest organization of its kind in the world.
Oh, yes. Highly respected.
The Rotary sort of challenged that, but
Yeah.
we're the biggest.
Yeah, I was a member of Rotary for various Rotaries because I was in the hotel business and I went around, the country and Rotary. And my first one was here at the Sheraton. But let me just give you a little story about a lion. Were you aware of the fact that there was a death by a lion in Brownsville?
I don't remember that. I remember there was a death by lion somewhere.
Okay,
I
well,
don't remember a death by lion
let me
here in Brownsville.
let me tell you. Remember Snake King, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. When he had his outfit there off of Palm Boulevard in Minimax and the Palm Village Shopping Center and all of that, in the year 1933, what happened?
We had a hurricane.
A heck of a hurricane. Well, it blew the whole compound down, and all the animals got loose and all of that all over the city. I don't know if you remember that or not.
No, I don't.
You're a little too young. Okay, now, so they were out in West Brownsville and on Lakeside, you know where that is, in 15th. And there was this old gentleman that had gone over the hill in the Argonne in the First World War, and he was a little shell-shocked and whatever, and he lived a couple of houses down. And the eye hit was right over Brownsville, and there's a calm that comes in that when the eye comes over.
Yeah.
And so the calm came, and that old gentleman opened the shutters to his room there, and there was a full-maned African lion looking right in at him, and he fell over and he had a heart attack right there on the spot. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean he had survived the Kaiser, and he come back, and in Brownsville, Texas, he dies by a lion. What do you think about that?
I think that's unusual.
It was my father's tale. He wouldn't lie to us, would he?
No.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember way back there when the stuff was over you described.
Yeah.
But then longer when it was elsewhere, and then property got too valuable for them.
That's right.
And they sold it, and it was there, and
Yeah.
something's still there now.
Yeah. I think you'll remember they moved out towards Four Corners And they had that Snake King out there at that time, where Ralph Cowan had his car lot later on.
Yes.
That's Jack Bryant's land.
When I talked to Will King, when they had a weekend for him down at one of the museums,
okay,
he didn't even remember me.
Oh, come on, how can you
As
not
a matter
remember?
of fact, I don't know. He did not remember me.
Uh-huh.
But then I never was too close to him anyway. But he was a community supporter.
Yep.
But
To Hollywood.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, with that film they made out in Southmost. Remember that? Darkest Africa or something like that.
Yeah.
Clyde Beatty. Yeah.
Clyde Beatty, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember Sable Palms out there at Southmost? Do you remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Barbara McCormick.
Yeah, Miss McCormick.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, her little chihuahua
Yeah.
bit me one time.
Oh, my.
And she fussed at me rather than the dog.
Well, she was kind of cantankerous. Yeah, that's.
And then, because I didn't like that, or acted like I didn't like it, she came in the office and canceled her insurance.
Come on, just off over a dog bite? And you're talking about a Chihuahua. We're not talking about,
Yeah, but I had to slit my finger to prove it. That Chihuahua bit me.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lady who has a Chihuahua at the place where I take my exercises.
Yeah.
And no one pets him.
Oh, yeah, I bet you. They
She's
think
got a sign.
Yep.
Do not pet dog.
The beast.
The dog sits up in his chair.
Yeah.
And behaves himself all through the process that she's there.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, that's. They think that they're about the size of a Great Dane, and their voice proves it. Exactly. Well, we were talking earlier about some, really Brownsville figures. Jimmy Doris, remember him?
Yes, sir. I remember Jimmy Doris.
Yeah.
I sure do. Married Beth Older.
Yeah.
One time at least.
Yeah. And that West Brownsville crowd, remember the Grahams?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's still some of them around.
Yeah, there are. And the one that I ran into in my late adolescence, and I thought it was a funny name, Fuzzy Graham.
Fuzzy Graham?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Fuzzy Graham was the black sheep of the Graham bunch.
Right.
And he would crawl over that Gateway Bridge.
Oh.
Kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
But I heard, well, there's Fuzzy Graham.
So he was a real rabble-rouser, huh?
I don't think he did any harm to anybody. He was just a prankster and kind of a ne'er-do-well.
Yeah.
However, the Graham was some good people, Marshall.
Oh, yes.
And Ted were great lawyers.
That's right.
In Harlingen, and they may still be living, I don't know.
That I know. Well, now, Joe was my godfather, and Joseph Graham, and then their father was the Judge Graham. That?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, very honored man.
Yes, indeed. And I remember the last vestiges of seeing that old house out in West Brownsville with the columns and all of that. It was divine decadence. West Brownsville was quite something back in those days, wasn't it?
Well, to me, it's always been something.
Yeah.
Something to get back to. I knew all during my youth and growing up that I wanted to go home to Brownsville.
Yes.
Stay in the Navy? No. I did. I signed over for the atom bomb test in Bikini.
The atoll.
And way back there.
Yeah.
And so I went and talked to a couple of my buddies. We were out, but you had the time to get back in with your rank and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, you had the alternative.
I decided that's the thing to do. They said, you what?
You volunteered?
You what? You going back? Don't tell them to tear up that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Texas A&I, right after the war, we had a men's quintet. We called it the Chongo Quintet.
Where was it? Here?
Kingsville.
Yeah.
So I didn't go back for those atom bomb tests.
Oh, well, thank God you didn't.
No.
Jimmy George did.
Did he?
Yeah, but it wasn't the atoll. It was over there in New Mexico or one of those places.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They blew him off over there.
Yeah, exactly. And he, he was crazy before and he was a little crazier afterwards,
Well, I tell you, this is a little off the subject, not much.
Uh-huh.
A few years ago, I rode a bicycle from Brownsville to San Diego, California.
Good Lord.
Took 35 days.
How many tires?
How many what?
Tires?
I didn't lose one.
Well, you got to try out for the Olympics then.
Well, I had the bike is in the
Smithsonian
Science Camp Museum today. It's the bike I rode.
Yeah.
Now, about the time I got a better bike, well, I started having physical troubles.
Yeah, after that trip, I imagine you would have some troubles.
Anyway, I went to a tricycle type.
Oh yeah.
And then I was ordered over from Europe. Beautiful thing. And then I physically lost interest. But my son, Chris, goes out there and ride that tricycle, and I'm going to do it again.
I'll be
someday.
You bet. Let's do it next week.
It's only a mile. I'm going to do it.
Well, now it's killing me. Why would one from Brownsville, Texas, bicycle all the way off to the West Coast?
I did that as a fundraiser for the Texas Lions Camp for Crippled Children.
Oh, you see there? Okay, I knew that there was a valid, noble reason for it. Yeah.
Yes, raised about $150,000 in pledges.
Didn't spend any on gas, did you?
Some of us paid our own gas and some didn't.
Uh-huh.
But see, 6 people made it out there with me.
Good Lord.
Well, I'm going to say 3 actually. Myself, and there was a woman who's a physical trainer, and she made it, and I forgot who the other one was. But I made it.
What year was that?
That was about 1970 something.
1970. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 70, late 70s in there, and I made it, and we were asked by the Border Patrol, who was just thick on that road coming into San Diego, and we did not go on the expressway when we got into that part of California. We rode down a river road, and there was still a whole lot of traffic. So the Border Patrol asked us what we're doing, and this guy from Welder, Texas said, $5, I'll tell you. And he collected $5 from the Border Patrol.
It was a donation towards the cause.
What we're doing.
Yeah.
What we're doing for the Texas Lions Camp for Crippled Children.
See there?
So he reached in his pocket, gave us another $5.
Yeah, that's it.
But anyway, and then my wife and I, my wife Dorma, we got into San Diego, and they were expecting us the next day. So the grand arrival, we just rode on down the street a little bit to a restaurant I knew, because I was stationed at North Island Naval Station.
So it was back home.
Back during the big one.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
And so went back there, we ate, and they got it all together by the time I got back. And there I am in that picture up there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that something? Yeah. And that was in 75, say, thereabouts?
Let's say 77.
77. I'll be blessed. Did you, I guess what stands to reason for that distance, your muscles might probably ached after that for a couple of weeks, right?
No, not too much. I had prepared, man. I had prepared many miles on that bike, and I got to where 50 miles was hardly a good workout.
Oh, you'd find me over on the side of the road like a cockroach with the legs all crumpled up in the air and all that, if I tried to do that. Yeah. Let me ask you something here, speaking of your athletics. Remember athletics in Brownsville High School?
Yes, I remember on Albert Ward, and they retired his number.
Yeah.
They retired his number 88, but they started using it a few years ago.
Okay, what did he do?
He didn't do anything because he's dead.
Oh,
but if he had known about it, he would merely laugh.
Yeah, I bet you.
He went on to be the assistant general manager of the Dallas Cowboys under Tex Schramm.
Tex Schramm. Well, I'll be.
But Albert Ward.
Dallas Cowboys.
Was a splendid man.
Yep.
Let me tell you, those players. I had David when he was up there. We used to go up on a Monday night game. So I took David, man, who's now 71 years old.
Yep.
But he was a little boy.
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to get some of the Cowboys to sign for him, standing around there.
Yeah.
In the lobby. So Al Ward walks over there and says, Jethro, or whoever he's talking.
Yeah.
Sign your autograph there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
so they listened to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had a semi-Brownsville person, a transplant, that was associated with the Dallas Cowboys, Clint Murkison.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Remember when he was in town? Pan American Bank just founded it. Yeah.
He did that?
Well, he was one of the principals of it when they first started it up, because it was in '49.
Well, you know, I had a friend that worked down for Clint Murchison in Mexico.
Yep, you had a real good friend. His name was Howard Reed.
You know, he had that good friend, but another one that worked for them, what he did, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But that was Toby Hayes, if you ever knew Toby.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
Well, anyway, Toby Hayes was telling Mr. Murchison one day, well, he said, did you buy that property over there I wanted, like I told you?
Uh-huh.
He says, no, sir, I didn't. Well, why not? Was the money guy over there that's got so much money he doesn't know what to do with it?
Yeah.
And he said, Mr. Hayes, there's no man that has so much money he doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know, his famous saying was, money's like manure. If you leave it in a pile, it just stinks to high heaven. You got to spread it around before it'll do some good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember Brooks Conover with the Brownsville Eagles?
Yes, Brooks.
The coach?
First time I thought of that name in many years, but Brooks Conover, yes, sir.
Yeah. And another star that we had here in Brownsville, he was much younger than you. That was Frank Parker.
I know Frank Parker.
Yes, indeed.
You're kind of related to him.
Yes, indeed. My father's sister married Frank Parker. That's Carolyn.
See, Carolyn, I've been, you know, I've called on Carolyn.
Uh-huh.
We've been out a little, and I struck in love, but it didn't strike back.
Oh, yeah. She was beautiful, right? Oh, she still is.
She still is.
Yes, exactly.
She still is.
Yep.
She helped me out with a couple of things we had here with the Confederate Air Force,
Uh-huh.
or what's left of it here.
Yeah.
2 years, and so somebody else, I guess this is organizational politics, but my daughter-in-law will move into her place as First Lady of the unit sometime this spring.
And so the Confederate Air Force that's still here? The unit?
No, not really. What's left of it
Yeah.
is at Cameron County Airport.
Yeah, okay.
I just couldn't
visited
get
your son David out there.
Yes. If it wasn't for David, we'd have had to collapse this wing a long time.
No, he's a very dedicated man. Yeah. Well, you know who called me last night? Chris Buhanos. Yeah, and he invited me. This is so outrageous because I've been thinking of you. And then Michelle, what was her name? Martinek or whatever his name. She put a deal in social media, and there you were, swinging from the chandeliers at the Vermilion. And so I called her and I said, hey, I got to get a hold of him. And then lo and behold, within 4 hours of that, Chris calls me up and he invites me out to a meet for some kind of a CAF contingent that's out there at the airport on for where the freight hangars are. And so I'll go out there next Tuesday. It's an amazing world, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember your buddy Gene Boss?
Gene Boss, yes.
And Gene was real close to the museum, you know, and he did that train. You know, he refurbished that old train and all that. And when I joined the museum, I called him up and I says, no, it was when I was doing that stint with KVEO. I had a series on KVEO for 3 years, and I wanted to I wanted to feature the Masonic temple that's in there. And so I got in there and I saw all of those portraits around the grand salon that you have there. And then it stuck in my mind and I said, Gene, these are original portraits of people that there are no other portraits of. And this is the foundation of Brownsville, going back to E.K. Goodrich and Stephen Powers and all of that.
Sam Hughston Sr.
Yeah. And you know what happened? I convinced him. I said, can we do this as a project? And believe me, we'll take the ultimate care. Can we take these portraits down and then photocopy them, because the library has this huge photocopier, and then protect the original in the vaults there at the museum and do a facsimile and put that up in the frame. And so we did that.
You did?
Yes, we did. We
My dad was master down there during the Depression.
Oh.
And the way he saved that lodge, and he was master twice and worker 100% of his day.
Yeah.
The way he saved that lodge, he knew all those Jewish guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Kowalski and
had money. And they may not come to lodge meeting very often, but when we're really hurting, go to Dorfman.
yes,
Pearls.
Yeah, Sam Pearl.
And they'd see that we got the bills paid.
Oh, so they pulled you through.
They sure helped. Because my dad,
Uh-huh.
you know, Jews are welcome in the Masonic Lodge.
Now, let me clarify a point here. The Order of the Eastern Star.
That's a women's group.
All right. Because she used to.
It's a women's group.
Okay.
And men are invited, but there's not many that belong.
Yeah.
Just as a courtesy to their wives, or I think they can.
Yeah.
I don't belong to the Eastern Star.
Okay.
But I've been to their meetings.
That's outrageous. Getting back to Brownsville's airport, who was the fellow out there that was the longest time? His first name was Ken Douglas. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
he was a friend of my father's, and he could actually weld aluminum. He was quite a man of many talents, right?
He was a man of many talents, and he could do work on an airplane that's not many people can do. Like he recovered an airplane for us.
Hey.
Over 25 years ago.
Good Lord.
And it still looks great.
Yeah. Okay. Recovered.
Ken Douglas.
With aluminum?
No, fabric.
With fabric. Okay, fine. Because crop dusters, right?
That's my little fun plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we donated it and the other little plane to an outfit we call Brownsville Barnstormers.
Barnstormers. Who was involved in that?
Anybody that wants to be involved.
Okay, the admission level is rather low.
Now, real members have to pay dues, but anybody else can come out there on Saturday morning and they'll give you a job.
Hey, It's still in existence?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Go out there to the main hangar where we were, and you tell them, might be nice for an interview sometime with them. I don't know who goes out there. But Chris is out there, David's out there.
Yeah, he's with Hunt Pan Am, I think it is.
Well, Hunt Pan Am, but Hunt Pan Am sold out.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. So that's no longer their name, Hunt Pan Am, or do they still keep it?
I don't know if they use it or not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They weren't bad for the airport, Hunt Pan Am.
Yeah. Well, remember Hemphill?
Yes.
Yeah, Hemphill's Flying Service, I think they called it.
That's right, he had there.
Yeah.
And so he looked at an airplane we had, a little close swim. He said, I wouldn't fly that thing. And why? You don't have a steerable tail wheel.
How did he figure that out?
He looked at it. He was sitting on the ground. And he says, if you won't, I won't.
Yeah, he's a good judge, right?
And they put that thing on that was improved safety. I don't know why they ever let one fly a foot without a steerable tail wheel.
Oh, heck.
Because if that thing gets turned around the wrong way,
it'll spiral on down.
You can have a dry spin.
Yeah. Well, my father has a distinction of, if I got this right, you might know a fellow called Les Malden. My father got a scholarship when he was in high school. He was 17 years old, and the prize was flying lessons. And he took this, it was a Piper. What do you call it, J3?
Yeah, J3.
Yeah, and he took it up, and a crosswind got him, and he flipped on over, and he landed that way, and that's why he says he was kind of bald, because he had that whatever that brace was that's over between the wings. It hit him on the head there. And then, if I remember correctly, he did it again, so Les banned him from flying out of that airport.
Your father did that?
Yeah, he did once, and I think he did it twice. Yeah. Of course, you had to watch out. It wasn't a question of crosswinds.
Well, they didn't spread that around.
Yeah.
You know, my brother Tinker was instructed out there when he was 18. And at junior college out there.
Oh, yeah.
He had his commercial ticket instructor's rating. By the time he was 18, I guess, 19 maybe.
Hey,
Well, Tinker was always smart as a whip.
I remember Tinker in about 56 or so. My mother was with Parker and Tucker. Remember Frank Parker and, not Frank Parker, Dick Tucker and...
Very well, Dick Tucker's the guy.
Yeah. Well,
the guy we accused of eating his co-pilot when his DC-3 went down in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh,
I don't know whether that was true or somebody just
he was
started.
kind of a skinny guy. I don't know how he didn't gain any weight from that.
Dick Tucker hated his co-pilot.
Yeah, and Hardage Parker was his business partner. But Tinker was in.
Hardage Parker.
Yeah, out of Harlem.
Was my best friend for so many years, and the day he died,
Yep.
I thought, boy, half world of mine is gone.
Yep.
Because he thought he was going to make it a couple of months.
Yes.
And I persuaded him. I says, I know people will tell you you're crazy and I'm crazy. But before I go to the great maker, I want to give that guy a chance in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Because I had been to Tijuana scouting it for another friend, great customer.
Yeah.
Who told him he was gone in cancer.
Yeah. But they had a cure, or this guy in Tijuana had that cure?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Laetrile, they called it.
Yes, exactly. Uh-huh.
Laetrile. And a strict vegetarian diet.
Yep.
All kind of things. But I went out there and I talked to people all over. And they had a little restaurant.
Yeah.
There serving improved food and
yeah,
all kind of places. Did this place help you? Oh yeah, I'd have been dead last year.
So it was legit.
As legit as you could be.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Now, someone told me they'd closed down, but I don't know that.
But I remember him as being a real jokester. You know, he of course I was very young. I was 5 years old, but he made me laugh. Like he just
he felt like.
Well, did you ever know old Dr. Renfro?
Just barely.
Because he died the same day that FDR died.
Is that right?
That's right. Mm-hmm. And it was the biggest funeral that Brownsville has ever seen.
He was a very loved man.
Oh, he delivered everybody's babies.
Yeah.
Everybody. I think Dr. Merrill took up from there. But my father's best friend was Little Jimmy. And I was very close to him as a young boy. And he actually kind of was my second father. And I was very, very, very devastated when he passed away. And we all know why he passed away. And I searched for years because, you know, everybody that came back from the war, they always had a junior, you know. There was always a little Jimmy or a little Gene or a little somebody. Well, there was a little Jimmy out there, and he was my age. And for the closeness that we had with the Renfro family, with that side of it, I really yearned to have a friendship with him. And I finally met him about a year ago. And we're friends now on social deal there. So, but I'm going to do a feature on those old doctors. Dr. Works, remember him? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dr. B.M. Works.
Yep.
And I used to think, I believe if I were Dr. Works, I'd use different initials.
You did?
I said, I would if I'd been named B.M. Works.
Yeah, right. I would have changed it to Fernandez or something. Yeah, you're right. Well, you know, that happened in our family. I don't know if you ever heard of Juan H. Fernandez, you know, down there on Adams Street, you know, that big building there.
He had the scratch.
Yeah, well, he came from the family and he did his tutelage, his mercantile tutelage with my great-grandfather. And then when he came of age, he built that building there. But his name wasn't Fernandez. The H in that name stands for Ano.
What?
Ano. H-A-N-O. Now, you know what phonetically, you know what that means in Spanish?
No.
Your lower portal.
Yeah. Well, I'd be Fernandez too.
Yeah, I would change it to Schwarzkopf or something, anything, but Ano. Outrageous. Yeah. Well, now your family, you mentioned your father. What was his first name?
Sam.
Sam, yeah, exactly. Okay. Now,
spelled Hughston.
Right, exactly.
Can I tell you a funny story about my dad?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, he went to the University of Texas as a young man. Loved to chew tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sitting out in front of the Capitol one day. No money for chewing tobacco, but just watching the people walk by. And this distinguished looking man came walking along, stopped, and said, well, hello, young fella. And here chewing tobacco? Why, sure. They had a chew and they talked for a minute. And the young man said, sir, what is your name? My name is Camel. Any relation to Governor Camel? I am
Oh, come
Governor
on.
Camel. What is your name, young man? Hughston. And he come to Sam Houston. I am Sam Houston. And during the Depression, when things are tough, my dad opened Southwest Life in Cameron and Hidalgo County. And there's still some guys up there that remember him. Rogers Kelly, the big lawyer. He's more out of Houston than he is Edinburgh.
Yep.
Sam Houston.
Yep.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, Rogers Kelly, I don't know whether it was public office or Masonic office.
Yeah.
My dad dropped everything to help Rogers Kelly.
Oh,
But because he would only be barely old enough to be in politics.
Yeah. Well, our politician down here during that period was Judge West, Milton West. Remember him?
West.
Yep.
Congress.
The congressman. Yeah. There you go. And we even had Cactus Jack Garner as our rep at the time.
Cactus Jack Garner.
Yeah, he was a friend of JG's, my uncle JG, who did the State National Bank. Because all of that area was farming areas, going off into the military highway and all of that.
Yeah.
Landrooms were over there, and the Goods were there.
Speaking of Landrooms, Landrooms, when it was downtown,
oh my,
was the best restaurant in the world.
Oh, are you talking about Elizabeth Street or on Levy Street?
Elizabeth Street.
Oh yeah. Oh.
The old, well, it was good on the other one too.
Yep.
But they lost interest. And all Earl Brown ever told me, he says, it just got to where it wouldn't be fun anymore.
Really? That was Earl and Earl the girl and Al.
Earl Brown, what?
Al was the other guy. Al.
But I don't know Al's name.
I don't know. There's a Brown's one of them. But it was Earl the girl and Al the gal, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Aunt Carolyn was telling me their original plate setting from the Elizabeth Street outfit was my grandmother Cornelia's wedding set on Lakeside there, because my grandmother Cornelia had a little catering service during the Depression, to help tide us over, and they were good friends of Al and Earl, and so when they started up that restaurant, my grandmother Cornelia gave them the plate setting for their restaurant. That was a beautiful place, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we had such a restaurant here, and barely ever when you went there on Sunday did you have to wait very long.
Uh-huh.
And that woman, Dixie, the waitress?
No.
I think her name was Dixie.
Okay, the one that I remember, I don't even know if I remember the one on Elizabeth Street, but I remember the one that was there on Levy Street in front of the First National Bank that was in the old Indalecio Trevino house that then later on became the home of Southmost Savings. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was that house, a very historic house. And I remember going in there at about the age of 8 with my mother, and I was knocked over. It impressed me as a little boy. And my mother had impeccable manners, and she was telling me how to put my fork and the spoon and the whole thing and all that. And this was all new to me, but I was very impressed. Yeah. Yeah. And then the other place that was really cool, I just wish it were here still. It was such a pleasant experience to go dining at, was the Fort Brown. Remember the Fort Brown?
I even like that. I like that too.
Yeah. Setting was friendly and
well, it depends on what crop of lawyers you had in there.
Yeah.
At any given afternoon.
Well, now, you had another compadre in this business, and his name was Hawkins White.
Hawkins White went to work for my dad.
Hey?
Selling life insurance.
White and Sutherland.
And it became White and Sutherland. And at my dad's funeral, here comes Hawkins White.
Hey?
Almost running up those steps. But my dad started him. But Sarah Sutherland was the real whiz in that agency.
Oh, really?
I never did business with them because they left my dad with his blessing. And he started a lot of guys that he knew would be his competitor. Sarah Sutherland, excellent insurance woman. And so was old Hawkins. Ronnie Sutherland was just kind of hanger on with him. But his kid folks, they couldn't kick him out.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't know who has the remnants of the agency. Not many people realize it, but we are probably the largest maybe in the valley.
Mhm.
But we write a lot of contract bonds.
Yeah. Well, putting end and end together, how many years, contiguous years has your agency been in existence?
In business, almost 100.
See,
Or I think it is.
that says a lot.
But we got a guy that does transportation, these big trucks,
Yeah.
been with us over 30 years.
Oh, goodness.
And another one that does now, you may not think it's good business.
Yep.
But these people that have the motels and Indians,
Oh, yes, of course.
they get,
The Pakistanis and Indians.
believe it or not,
The Patels.
that is good business.
Hey?
And so one guy does that all over South Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, they all hang together.
yeah, and it,
Wadwani.
boy, they stick together.
Yep. Yeah. Well, in Hawkins's crew there was Jimmy Taylor. Remember him?
Sure.
Yeah.
Jimmy Taylor had come from San Benito.
He did. Yeah, because I remember all of those people with my mother's agency there.
I don't think Jimmy Taylor and Hawkins White were ever good old buddies that you have to have for a close run partnership business.
Yeah.
I don't know what makes me think that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went to school with Becky Kennedy, and of course that's Elizabeth from a previous marriage.
Elizabeth
Taylor, Jimmy's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And her name's Elizabeth Taylor. And they always kidded my mother about, well, you look more like Elizabeth Taylor than I do.
Was she a doctor?
Who?
Elizabeth Taylor.
I don't know. I just knew her daughter and Jimmy. And I saw her on several occasions because we'd get together. And that was it. Those are the grand names of early Brownsville insurance right there, huh? Oh, hey, how about Howard Keith Cummings? Remember when he had the Bobcats?
Yes, I remember the Bobcats.
Yeah.
Yeah, band.
Yeah, and they used to play out at VI with Tico Trevino on the organ.
Tico Trevino.
Yeah.
And Celaya.
Oh, that's my cousin. Yeah, Freddie on the sax.
Is that what he
I
played?
think I'm almost positive that's what he said. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah. That was the old VICC that Bass first started up, when he came to town. He took over it was the old original Brownsville Country Club under Emilio Forto, and he revamped it and put a championship golf course in it and named it VICC. Put a bunch of swinger units in there, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
is it about time to call this to a stop?
It is. I was going to say so. Let me do a closer on this, and then we'll get going on it here. All right. Now that was a fabulous walk down memory lane. I'll say straightforwardly, it's amazing how many Brownsville's names came up in the conversation, But these were people that were walking the streets back in those days. That was when Fisher's Cafe was going strong, and it was Brownsville that we knew. So here you have Ray Hughston right there in the thick middle of all of this when it was going on, and rubbing elbows with these wonderful people that we knew right there. I really want to thank you for your reminiscence and what we've gone through.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. And I've enjoyed the visit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I say, there are memories that are in our minds here that we'll never dispose of, and we're quite the richer because of it. People that we knew, that time passes on and the people pass on too, but you know what is so precious is that memory of every one of those people that's locked away in our memories, right? Yeah. So please take my complete appreciation for sharing your memories of all of this, and I really I'm so grateful for your contribution to this, and my audience. Lock into this, and you'll figure out the way we work. Good day. Here we are.
Thank you.
We did it. And think about the trails that we went down, huh?
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah.
We could go on till midnight.
Yeah. I want to spare you.
It wouldn't last that long.
Yeah, I know. I want to spare you. Your stomach's probably growling. Yeah. After all of this, but.